welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys. A Barcelona news roundup coming up today with some big names that we are going to be discussing, because in today's video we are going to be talking about Ousmane Dembele, Luis Suárez and Neymar Jr, along with all the latest from training and also a few other transfer rumours too. It's all coming up in today's video. Thanks for joining me. Let's do it. And if we do, first of all, kick off with that morning training session. The players once again were in training this morning in those groups of 10, continuing their work as La Liga continues to move closer now, with La Liga, the Premier League and also Serie A all set to resume in June, which is going to be a very good month of football. There's no doubt about that. The players now will return to training on Saturday, and that there in the morning will be their final training session of the week. And it also should be the final session there with just those groups of 10, because on Monday, the 1st of June, it's expected right now that La Liga are going to give the green light for full training to resume, with the full sessions, everything like usual there in the training, and that's going to be absolutely huge and very important, of course, because that there is still only going to give us just under 2 weeks of full training before our first game there against Mallorca, away from home, behind closed doors. That should be coming on June the 14th. I do also quickly want to bring you an update on what we discussed yesterday surrounding Lautaro Martinez and a report that I read this morning in Mundo Deportivo, and I couldn't believe what I was reading, because we spoke yesterday about Lautaro. We spoke about that huge release clause of 111 million euros, and I'll tell you now what Barcelona's plan is according to MD, because they say right now that Barcelona are not worried about those words from Inter's sporting director about his release clause and only being able to leave for that 111 million. What Barcelona plan to do is wait until mid-July when that release clause of Lautaro expires, and then they say the problem is gone. The obstacle won't be there anymore. There's no release clause, so Barcelona feel as though then they'll be able to go and sign Lautaro. But what that really means to me is that the only way of signing Lautaro this summer was that release clause, and that is going to be gone. It's not going to be there anymore. It's not the case of the obstacle being removed. He's not then able to leave for free. What you'll then have to do is agree a fee with Inter, and they don't want to let him go. They don't care about the price. They're about to sell Mauro Icardi to PSG and get all their money in that way. So they're not worried right now about Lautaro Martinez, but it just shows right now what are Barca thinking? I also want to address some rumours here from the transfer market. First of all, surrounding Clement Lenglet. There have been reports that have come out the past few days, quite strange ones I have to say, that basically claimed that Clement Lenglet wants to leave Barcelona this summer. That's something I've seen more than a few times, and a few of you have been asking me about that, and that is absolutely not true. Lenglet right now very happy at Barcelona. He's of course received a lot more game time than he would have expected after signing from Sevilla, and this morning it did come out that Inter are also interested this summer in signing Clement Lenglet, potentially there as part of that Lautaro deal, but as you know, they're not interested in players in exchange. But I just want to say here, there's no plans at all from Barcelona at all this summer to sell Clement Lenglet. He's one of the only defenders really we've been able to count on, able to consistently play in that team, and for sure, we are not selling him. We can't afford to. I also want to address these Ousmane Dembele rumours, which have also been surfacing over the past few days. First of all, it came out that Dembele would be available this summer for a cut price transfer fee of 40 million euros. That's it, 40 million. That was what came out a few days ago. But once again, absolute nonsense. Barcelona would not be accepting offers there of 40 million. I know that Dembele's injury prone. I know that so far we haven't seen anywhere near his potential since signing him from Dortmund, but that would be a massive loss on the club side, and it's not the route that we're willing to go down right now. And also this morning it has come out there about some interest in Dembele from Juventus. So this is all part of Barcelona's plan to sign Miralem Pjanic, and in exchange for that, Juve say, if you want Pjanic, we want Ousmane Dembele, potentially there on a loan deal with an option to buy. Also there, an outright deal could also be discussed. But again, I don't see that happening personally. I think Dembele is going to be given the opportunity once again when he returns from injury, potentially in time there for the Champions League. And he is going to get that chance to prove his worth to the team. And we all want him to take that chance. One player, though, who will be able to return to action immediately following the break is, of course, Luis Suárez, and that is something, of course, we're all very excited to see him in Quique Setien's plans in the team, and exactly how that'll affect us there in front of goal. And Sport came out this morning with that big headline there, signing Suarez, basically emphasising that Suarez on the return will feel there like a brand new signing, given the fact that we didn't really expect to be having him this early on in the season. Obviously, technically, it's months later, but obviously we've still got lots more games to play, and Suarez admitted himself he never expected to be playing these games, and for that reason, he's so grateful. And Sport actually go on there to say they believe Suarez is going to start the game against Mallorca on June the 14th. They believe that he is fully recovered now. He's going to be absolutely fine for that game. He's going to continue working there with the group in those full training sessions to come. And they say against Mallorca, he will lead Barcelona's attack. And that's going to be fascinating to see. They also go on there to talk to Suarez about a number of different topics. He said there, the truth is right now, I'm very happy. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be working with the team. He said at first I did a few days there of individual work, and then little by little, I joined up with the group. And now I'm doing the full training with the rest of the team, and I feel very good. And I'm so excited to see exactly how he fits in Setien's plans. The big talking point, though, away there from the first team all surrounds Neymar Jr. right now. You will have heard, undoubtedly, I've already received questions from you guys about these reports coming out about Neymar, because, of course, we have discussed in the past about that proposed wage cut the PSG players really do need to accept to help the club. And I did mention a few weeks ago now in the video where we discussed this, that could be a crucial point in this whole Neymar saga, because PSG are going to be going to Neymar for the very first time and saying, you know what, could you help us out, please? They haven't done that before. They've never needed anything from Neymar. They've always been in control. But right now, they need his help. Because Liga 1 is going to be the only top 5 European league which will not be returning to finish their season after, of course, they made that decision very early to cancel the league, to end it early, awarded PSG there as champions of that. And as a result, they're not going to be able to finish that season now. And due to the sheer economic impact of that, which is going to affect all of the clubs in France, and in particular PSG there, who have a massive wage bill, and they're still going to have to pay their players, even though they're not going to be in action. Now, as a result of that, Nasser Al-Khelaifi, of course, very powerful man inside Paris Saint-Germain, he has proposed there a wage cut of 70% to the first team players, and apparently a lot of players are happy to accept that. They understand there that PSG need their help in these very uncertain times, with Kylian Mbappe apparently one of those very happy there to accept that cut. However, several big-name players are not. Thiago Silva, Edinson Cavani, Juan Bernat and Ander Herrera have all been mentioned there as those who oppose the cut. And Neymar Jr. You knew it was coming. Neymar, according to Sport, has rejected that proposed wage cut, and this could be a big moment. Now, at the moment, guys, I am waiting for more sources to pick up on this story. As of right now, it hasn't happened. We are going to wait and see for more information to come from this. But I do believe, I have done all along, I said about it in that previous video, this is a big moment, because this is the start, certainly, of a power play. If Neymar does indeed reject that proposed wage cut, what that does is say to PSG, basically, I don't care. I am not going to do what you say because you didn't let me leave. Now, what he's going to do there is two things. He's going to completely destroy the relationship once again between himself and the Paris Saint-Germain fans. That is never a good thing for any club to have with their star player. And he's also going to really put pressure on Nasser Al-Khelaifi to actually play ball, which he's never done before. PSG, like I say, have always had that control. But if Neymar rejects this cut, and with wages there of up to €750,000 every week, that is going to be a big power play that we could start to see take shape very soon. And just finally, guys, before we do end today's news roundup, I want to bring you some important words here from Sandro. Now, we did a big interview yesterday in the local media in Barcelona. I'm not going to go into anything else that he said because, quite frankly, I don't care about what he has to say. But one quote in particular, I do. He said there, the former president, of course, of Barcelona, before he then had to step down, of which Bartomeu took over from what he started, which was absolutely dreadful, of course. But Rosé went on to say yesterday, I will never be Barcelona president again. Not for anything in the world, because I promised my mother. And that, for me, they are fantastic quotes, because I did have a few concerns that come the presidential elections, maybe, now he's released from jail, Sandro Rosé could be again throwing his name into the hat. But he says there, he will not do it again, he will not stand again. And that, for all of us, is certainly cause for celebration. So that is that for today's Barcelona news, guys. Please do leave your thoughts in the comments down below on all the topics we have discussed in today's video. Thank you, as always, for getting involved. There's plenty more still to come as we continue to build towards the return of football. It's so exciting now. Every day that goes by, we're getting closer. We're nearly into June, and that is going to be a festival month for football. I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.